Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Council of Geniuses. This is episode 14. That might be 41. You may be asking, hey, what happened last week? There wasn't a video last week. Last episode was 12. What happened with that? Abel.
Something happened. Something very bad happened. You know how 13 is a unlucky number? Well, let's just say we got hit by the curse.
Yeah, we got hit by the number 13 curse. Um, just the audio, I don't even know what it was. Cause I looked, I thought it was that the mic didn't connect automatically,
Which would have been a silly mistake.
which would have been a silly mistake. And I was like, damn, I'm so dumb, bro. And I was so mad at myself. But right now, I went to turn it on, and it automatically switched to the mic. So I don't think it was that. And we did like extended test runs beforehand, before I started recording, and the audio just sounded bad. So I don't know what it is. Maybe just we need a new mic.
It's weird. This mic is relatively new.
Yeah, it's relatively new. Maybe like it got messed up in my bag or something. But yeah, I guess next up on the list is a new mic. It's a better one,
Yeah,
right? Um, if anyone out there wants to, you know, help us out,
with a couple bands.
yeah, couple $1 million racks.
A small loan of $1 million.
Yeah. Oh, he got arrested, bro.
Oh
You see the
shit!
mugshot?
I did not see that.
You didn't see it?
No,
I'll show it to you after. This
damn.
fool got arrested. I assume you heard he got arrested.
Yeah, I seen. No, I saw he got indicted. I didn't know he got
No, he got arrested yesterday.
arrested.
Yesterday.
Damn.
At like Sutton County or Fulton County or something like that.
I need to go there and get arrested too. Maybe I could meet him in prison.
What crime would you get arrested for?
Public indecency.
I'm not gonna inquire any further. Um, Public indecency. Okay.
I don't even know what that means,
I'm
but
gonna have to make like a video like condemning your actions, bro, and saying like I don't stand behind what Abel did. Um, August the 25th. I don't support it. That's today.
he's right.
Yeah, so
He's right.
today is August 25th for us, not for you, because it's not possible for it to be for you.
I mean, it would be possible, but very hard to.
No, it wouldn't.
No, yeah, because of the
'Cause
rendering.
I upload the videos.
Yeah.
I
What? What if? Bitch. What if?
There's
Oh,
a fly on his hat.
what if I uploaded it today?
How would you do that?
I recorded a video of myself in the restroom. Wait, wait, wait. I don't know. I said that of myself in the room, my room. A little video. It's like, this is welcome back to episode 14. It's just me today. Hi, and then bye, and then I upload it. And I'll be uploading it today.
I guess, bro. But even then, you'd have to wait for after this, and it. I don't think you would have enough time to do it today.
It is 6:39. I think I do.
All right, we won't see that. Hmm. But I did want to talk about, bro. Other than our situation, which really sucks, bro, because I thought that video was so good.
It was pretty dang.
I Yeah, it was pretty bang. It was hella good. And I remember before I made a joke like, damn, we should probably skip 13, bro, because it's unlucky.
Yeah,
And after we recorded, I was like, damn, bro, like unlucky my ass, bro. That shit was good as fuck. And it was really bad.
yeah, we got touched in very private places by the 13 monster.
We did not. Abel did, not me. I don't know what that means. Um and if you see the community posts, which I'm allowed to do because I had to submit a picture of my government issued ID in order to do them. I said I was gonna put subtitles, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I lied. Just the audio was so bad. Like Abel was talking, and I couldn't understand what
Yeah.
Abel was saying.
It was like if I was Chinese or something, because he doesn't speak
I don't
Chinese.
speak Chinese at all. I don't speak like one word of Chinese.
Ni hao.
I didn't speak it. You spoke it.
Ah, that's true.
Um. So you're a man. It was a man. I don't know why you had to check. I feel like you would just know.
English.
And you're wearing a hat. Have you have you heard of the Hatman? It's not just a guy that wears hats, bro. It's like a different thing. Have you heard of the Hatman?
Sounds familiar.
Um, So basically, the Hatman, he's like a like some kind of like supernatural entity, bro.
He
That
exists.
huh?
He exists.
Supposedly, I said supposedly.
Oh.
Supposedly, he's a supernatural entity when the stories exist,
Hmm.
and he like appears to you, bro, in like when you're suffering like sleep paralysis
Hmm.
or like even like drug induced hallucinations.
That's scary.
Like a lot of people say like um when they do like Benadryl. Like I don't do drugs, so I don't really know what it feels like. I don't know what Benadryl really does, but that's what I've read on the interwebs, bro.
Yeah. Have you ever hallucinated before?
Have I hallucinated? I don't think so.
I feel like if I stay awake for like a little too long, maybe like 2 nights in a row, I start seeing like shadows in the corner of my eye, like moving shit,
Mm.
and it kind of like it's not enough to where it's like I see it while I'm focusing on it, but it's
Right.
enough to make me turn. It's enough
Oh,
to like make
that's a similar thing to like the Hatman or just shadow entities,
yeah,
bro.
it's enough to make me like look like what the fuck was that?
Yeah. So the Hatman like is physically described as like a shadow
Mm,
entity. So it's like you could look at it and it would just be like black, like in the shape of a person,
mm,
but it would just be like pitch black, like a shadow, bro.
mm.
Um, and they call him the Hat Man because they say he wears like a brimmed hat.
Or like the little lady,
No, not a fedora,
like a
like
top hat, like a
like
magician,
Oppenheimer, bro.
like a mag. Oh, damn!
Yeah, we recently saw Oppenheimer. I thought it was the worst movie I've ever seen.
I thought it was pretty good.
I did not like it at all.
Thought he was a little silly guy.
I watched numerous movies,
Mm,
and I would say that's probably the worst one ever.
damn, that's a pretty strong statement.
That is a pretty strong statement because I've seen tons of movies that people say are bad, like Morbius, which I loved. I thought Morbius was a masterpiece of modern filmmaking. If you've seen Morbius, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
It was so good they brought it back in theaters, bro, and it grossed over $1 billion.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's the best movie of all time, potentially. So I watched that one. I watched the new Star Wars movies, which people just didn't like.
I don't watch
I
those.
thought they were whatever, but I've seen movies that people thought were bad, and I thought Oppenheimer, which people thought was really good,
I liked it.
I didn't like it at all. If I would have walked out if I wasn't there with Abel and his brother, because I was their ride home, so I was considerate. But that movie was terrible. Deadass, like I thought about it, like fuck, like what am I doing in here, bro? This movie's so dumb. I just didn't like it. But yeah, back to the Hat Man. If you've seen Oppenheimer, even the pictures, like the poster, you see the hat. It's not like Abel's. But yeah, so they say that it's like a shadow person that just kind of appears, and he doesn't interact with you. He just kind of looks at you. You just watch it. You
Mm.
just observe.
No matter what I do, he'll watch me.
I don't know. Well, they say it's sleep paralysis, so there's not really anything you
Mm.
can do. Like you
Good
can't
point.
move around and like go up to him. Um, and then sometimes people say that like during like the late hours of night, they kind of like see like how you said you see like a shadow move,
Mm.
and they kind of look and they kind of see like the figure of like a hat. And then some people say he wears like a big trench coat.
Mm. That'd be
Um,
scary.
yeah, it is pretty scary. It's like that's scary attire, bro.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, like
intimidating.
yeah, if you're like a normal guy, even just like a silly guy, like why would you wear a trench coat, bro?
I've heard. Seems like the classic like Discord mod fit, bro.
Yeah,
A little brimmed hat and a trench coat.
mm, that's true, bro. Um, and my sister,
Mm.
she gets sleep paralysis like a lot,
Scary.
man. I don't. I've got it like once.
I don't think I've ever got it.
And my sister, she gets it like all the time. Like even since she was like probably like 13 or 14, like around the first time she got it, probably.
Damn,
She said she has it all the time, and she said that she sees like shadow people sometimes.
that's scary.
And I guess her experience is like way more crazy, bro, because she said that like one time she was laying down, and also like you're paralyzed, you can't move, bro,
Mm.
and she felt like if someone was like pressing hard on her
Oh
chest,
yeah, I heard about that stuff
and
before.
she like couldn't breathe, bro, and
Damn,
she couldn't do nothing, like she can't move around and like ask for help or nothing because she's like sleep paralyzed. And I remember I told my friend Brianna, bro, shout out Brianna.
shut up, Brianna.
I told her I was like, "Hey, bro, like, have you ever had sleep paralysis before?" Because I was asking people I knew, like,
Yeah,
so I could present their stories, right? And she's like, "Nah, I haven't. That sounds scary. That's like demon stuff." And I was like, "I guess." And I was like, I asked her yesterday, and I was like, "I'm praying so hard that you have sleep paralysis tonight, so that tomorrow morning you could tell me what happened." And she's like, "Fuck you, I'ma block you, bro. Don't wish for that." And I was like, "It's just for content. Like, it will just be tonight, and then tomorrow you'll be fine."
Hmm.
You know?
We could have like a good story to tell.
You know, this
Did it happen?
it didn't work. I asked her.
Uh,
As soon as I woke up, I texted her. I was like, "Hey, bro, did you have sleep paralysis?" And when she woke up, she's like, "No, I didn't." And I was like, "Fuck you, bro."
fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
But she told me that her mom has sleep paralysis.
Hmm.
Cause I told her like, bro, like sleep paralysis isn't that bad. Like I've had it before. My sister's had it, and it's like it's not
Yeah.
really like it's not demon shit. Like you just get a little scared. Um, and she said, nah, like my she said her mom had it,
Yeah.
and that it told her to like kill somebody, bro.
What the? Oh,
And
they have sleep paralysis,
yeah, and
bro.
that's exactly what I told her. I was like, bro, like I think your mom got possessed or something, dude. I don't think that's sleep paralysis no more.
Mm,
But yeah, um, fuck you for not having sleep paralysis.
that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
missed opportunity for sure.
A lot of the 19 people that watch us would have laughed,
Yeah, not you probably. Well, you probably would have laughed
perhaps.
like after the fact,
Yeah.
after the fact. But this like a weird like a internet legend, bro. Like a it started online, right?
Mm,
Of like some guy he had like a blog, and he said that he saw the Hatman.
yeah. Let me look for a picture for the next topic. You keep talking.
Oh yeah, and then there's like kind of conflicting opinions because people were like, oh, like is the Hatman like a real entity, or is it more of like people being open like to the idea, like
Oh, like
you
taking it in.
suggest like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy had it, oh shit, I had that, or oh damn, like I think that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
It's kind of it reminded me of the I don't know if you've seen the there's like a picture that says like, oh, have you seen this guy in your dreams?
I was looking for this
That
guy.
guy.
Whoa.
You didn't have to show it. I could just put it here,
Yeah, I just wanted to show him because
but no, I don't
like
have
this
to.
light skinned guy.
Abel showed it.
Yeah.
Um, and people were like, oh yeah, I have seen that guy, or oh like I saw that guy, and it was like this big thing. But it started from like a hoax. Like that one was
Mm,
actually a hoax. Hatman, we don't know. It could have been just a guy like chronicling what happened. It could have been a guy just messing with people. It could be like creepy pasta. It could be anything. But now people say like claim just like that guy. They claim they have it. Just we know where this came from.
I've never seen that guy in my dream, by the way.
I've never seen him in my dream either. But they say because it's like the way dreams work, bro, or just your brain works actually. Like you can't just conjure up like a new face.
Mm,
Like if you see someone in your dreams, like it's someone you've seen like in real life, even for like a glancing moment. Like your brain just isn't like maybe it's not powerful enough to just boom a new brand new
yeah,
person who's
that
never
makes
existed.
sense.
It's like there's an AI website actually. I think it's I don't know what it's called. Actually, I lied. I don't know what it's called. But every time you press random, it gives you like a random face.
I think I've seen that. I don't know where to tell you though. Of
And there's one too that gives you a random foot.
course, you know about that one, bro.
I saw it on Reddit, bro.
Oh, okay.
Um, I don't know what you're implying, bro. Please shut up. But yeah, because they say like your brain can't do that, which I think's weird. Like I think my brain's pretty strong.
Yeah, I think my brain would be able to do that.
I think my brain could conjure up like a new person, right? I would hope so. Mm, but it's like a really complicated thing, like especially with dreams, because like we don't really know like how it happens. I asked my sister, I was like, hey, like, have you ever wondered like why the fuck you have sleep paralysis often? And she's like, yeah. And then like, well, we can't even know. Like science doesn't even know
Yeah.
if you believe in science. I don't know. I I question sometimes the legitimacy.
Of all science,
Yeah.
like just napkin,
What would I question about it?
atoms.
I've never seen atoms, bro.
What? How do you think
My brother-in-law is named Adam. I've seen him.
could be?
He's a pretty cool guy. But it's like, bro, like stuff like molecules and stuff like that. It's like, bro, like I haven't seen them. I don't know if it exists for reals.
Have you ever looked under a microscope?
Have I looked under a microscope? Yeah.
What did you see?
Mm. We looked at like hair and stuff and like spit. And we saw like sales, ran to molecules, bro.
That's true. Molecules are smart themselves.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna be like a jokester, and when I said under the microscope, you would be like, let's say, boo.
I thought about it, bro, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it to him. I was like, bro, I think I have to look into it to see something.
Yeah.
But nah, nah. Well, I don't know, bro. It's just really like I just question shit like that, bro. I've always been like that. I've always questioned authority, bro. Mm,
So like, you think you wouldn't do good in the army?
nah,
No.
that's funny. I was actually gonna join the Marines
Mm.
after high school. Well, when I was in high school, I was in contact with like a recruiter because I used to work at the mall, and he would just walk around the mall looking for youth to recruit, bro.
Yeah.
And he saw me working, and he started talking to me or whatever. And they had me go in and like take a test, bro. I might have talked about this here actually. I don't know if
I
I
don't think
have.
so.
I forget. Like I just say so many things. I don't know who I've spoken to, or if I've spoken to you guys. But they had me go in and take like because they have you take a test to like see how you rank and like oh you're eligible for like this job if you rank really high. Like oh Eric,
Yeah.
like he ranked really high and he that's how he got into like the Air Force
Mm.
because you need to be like certain smart to get into like different branches.
Makes
Like I
sense.
think they say the army's like the dumb one. Like
Mm.
any like you just have to apply when you get in. Like we've seen Forrest Gump.
I'm after join the army.
I don't think you'd qualify actually.
Boo.
Mm. But they had me go and take a test, and he said, "Wow, this is the highest score I've ever seen." I don't know if he tells that to everybody to make them join. It was a pretty easy test though.
Makes
It
sense.
was like basic math and like stuff like that. Mm. And I was actually kind of serious about it. I remember I was going in like talking to with the recruiters, and they were like kind of like giving me like a path, like, "Oh, you could do this and this, and then when you get out, you can go to school, and they give you like a loan and stuff like that." Mm. I just ended up not doing it. I just didn't want to,
Mm.
which I guess is good. They probably would send me to like Ukraine or something, or I was gonna say Desert Storm, but that was like 20 years ago. They would have sent me to somewhere. They would have made me cut my hair too. That was a big thing for me.
He would have been in the next Call of Duty, bro.
Oh yeah, I would have been on the cover, bro. That would have been like Messi on FIFA.
That
It would have been me on the cover of every Call of Duty, like doing a different pose. Yeah,
type of shit.
yeah. It would have been crazy. They would have made my life into like a movie, bro. I would have been like the what do they call him? The ghost of Kiev or something. It was like some Ukraine soldier who,
Sniper.
yeah, or like the guy in the plane too, who was supposed to be killed like a ton of Russian soldiers.
Could have been pretty hyped.
Yeah, it would have been pretty hype, bro. But I wouldn't be here. I don't be making these videos.
You'd
So
be in the war.
yeah, yeah, that's true. So yeah, I just remember I just didn't do it. Um,
It's a good backup plan.
yeah, it's a good backup
Better
plan,
than
but
not doing anything at all.
yeah, I just don't think I would succeed in it, bro. Just because of like
Um,
they're gonna be in your face like screaming, bro, and like man, just because you're a higher rank than me, bro. Just because you're the general, bro, you can scream at me like that, bro.
you ain't no bitches, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, general. I think I think you're a bitch. What do you think about that one, general? I had to do push-ups just because you don't know how to do them, bro. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I would have gotten like dishonorably discharged or
Yeah.
something, bro. Um, but even you see, like, there's a lot of dark stuff in like the army, bro.
Oh, what?
Like, there was this story in base, I think, in like New Mexico, where a girl was in the military and like a guy was as well, and like he like killed her, bro.
Oh, damn.
It was super big on the news. I remember her name was Vanessa Guillen.
You're not supposed to do that.
That's really bad.
You're supposed to kill the other people.
Yeah, not your team. They had friendly fire on, bro.
That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry, someone actually lost their life.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Mm. But back to the topic at hand, bro. Chicken tender burger. We have to eat because I I work now. So leaving work, I come to the recording studio, and so we're just pressed for time. And then my mom gets mad when I get home late, and I need her to let me come back, or else we're gonna have to go back to Zoom, which is kind of ass. But back to like the idea of like suggesting and things like that, bro.
Mhm.
It's like a lot of like kind of like placebo too in a way. The
Mhm.
Hatman would be like you kind of plant the idea in someone's head that this is like a
Uh,
thing that happens if you sleep paralysis and this happens. So you kind of live in fear that that the that you're gonna see it or that's gonna happen to you or this and that.
okay, so kind of implants a fear into your head.
Yeah, yeah. It's just really interesting the way like you can kind of make that happen. So if you think about it, bro, especially with the guy, because the Hatman again could be a real thing.
To be honest, that guy's kind of scarier than the
The
hat
guy
man.
does look kind of scary, but that was just something that a guy made up and
Yeah,
said that he was in people's dreams, and if you had seen him, and then people started saying that they saw him when it wasn't a real thing.
yeah, that's already pretty. I think that's enough proof to show the hat man thing. Yeah,
Um,
because if people already saw it, even though it was a made up thing, the hat man could be the same thing.
no, 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 but people said after they saw it, after they saw the flyer, they saw, oh yeah, I saw him.
And for the hat man, it's like, oh, I also saw that one.
Yeah, because there's people who have stories from like the '90s that have seen the Hatman.
Oh, damn.
Mm. But again, it could be like misremembering. Like maybe you
Like
just
it's
saw
like
like
false memory.
a shadow thing,
Yeah,
and oh, it happened to have a hat, or like oh, you think he had a hat now because you read someone else's experience. Like oh, I think that's what happened to me too.
yeah. Like also like a shadow in the dark. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, and then you could kind of make out anything your mind makes. Like
Yeah,
it's like the old like the thing where it's like you have a pile of clothes, and in the dark you think it's like a person or whatever and stuff like that. Like it could be that.
that is very true.
And I saw a thing. There's a Hatman subreddit, bro, and they're trying to like connect him because they say he's like a evil. Some people say he's evil, and some people say he's like neutral.
Mm,
I don't think anyone says he's good.
could be.
Um, but because some people say like, oh, like he makes you feel like dread, and he makes you feel like scared, especially if it's sleep paralysis or when you're like under the influence of like Benadryl or like drugs. You would be like kind of like
Oh yeah, on edge.
yeah on edge. But some people say he just kind of sits there watching. The way people described him physically made me remember of my story when I died.
Mm,
I talked about this last week, but you guys didn't see it because the video does it's never coming out, which really sucks. It was really good, but I'll explain it again because I know not a lot of people have been watching since episode 2.
yeah.
A lot of people are new, or they just don't want to watch the Zoom ones. Which honestly, like you should. I I think you should. Personally, I'd watch them. I have seen them numerous times, like a million times probably.
That is a lot of times.
That is a lot of times. Not really because they don't have a million views, but you know what I'm trying to say. Um, but I got the COVID shot, and the day after I felt really sick, and I kind of like felt like I don't think I fell asleep, but it's like physically I was like this, like at work, bro,
Yeah,
and
like this.
like I wasn't dabbing, bro. I had like my head down. I have food, bro. I'm not gonna put my head
Oh,
down on the food,
yeah.
but I put my head down, and I felt like my body, like my spirit leave my body, and I saw a black figure like walk up to me and like touch me, bro, like touch me on the shoulder, like tap me, and I was alive again. It felt like I was dead, bro, because I saw everything. I saw my body there. I was kind of like floating behind my body,
Mhm.
and then after that, I didn't feel sick anymore. I just felt fine. But like physically, it was like a shadow creature. I don't think he was wearing a hat. I don't know. I'd be lying if I said, oh yeah, he was. I know he was. I don't know. Too loud cards. Um, but yeah, I feel like difference is that people say they feel like uneasy with the Hatman's presence. They feel like it's scary. He doesn't do anything.
I
I
would be scared.
I haven't seen actually I did. But this is a subreddit, so people could be lying. People are saying like, "Oh yeah, he spoke to me
Mm,
or he told me,
a bad word.
I'll come back." Maybe he called him a bad word or something like
That'd be
that.
hot, bro.
The Hatman's flirting. He's a creep. He's a creeper, bro. He's just watching you at night sleep. Oh man, look at this. Look at this sleeping citizen.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube of people recording people sleeping?
Mm, I've seen some of them.
It's so weird. And some people like, some is just recording people sleeping, and others like weird where it's like people touching you. Like the person recording is like touching the people that are sleeping, where they like open their
I was about to
eyeballs.
say that, bro. There was this channel. I don't know the name of it. If I could find it, I'm not gonna link it,
Yeah.
but
Show a picture
I'm gonna
probably.
show pictures. I'm probably gonna show the picture of the channel
Yeah.
if it exists still. I'm not gonna link it though
It's kind of
directly.
freaky.
You'd have to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was a guy, and he would like. It was really weird because we don't know what was happening like behind the scenes. We just see in the videos that there'd be like different women sleeping on a bed, and he'd walk up and like he'd like do this with their eye, like mess with their eye and like touch their face and stuff like that. And it could be like a joke thing.
Mhm. Actually, here's the whole community about it. That's like fetishes it.
Yeah,
So I could be part of that too.
yeah, but I mean like the content creator,
Hmm.
it could be a joke. Like all the women could be in on it. Like they
Yeah.
could be his friends or his cousins or whatever. And they're like, oh, help me make these weird videos because people seem to like them, right? Or it could be something dark. It could
Uh,
be that he's like taking advantage of people and like drugging people and stuff.
could be that Hatman.
It could be that, man.
Never know.
You never know. And yeah, it's just this. It's a weird thing where people kind of report because people are reporting the same things.
Mm.
It reminded me of two of people when say that when they do DMT drugs, illegal drugs, that I would say to never do them. I would say that 10 likes and whatnot. Um, they say that they see like weird, like, or just drugs in general, not specifically to DMT. They say that they see like weird entities, bro. Like I know a big one is something called machine elves.
Mm.
Machine elves, and they're supposed to be like like they work behind the scenes of like the simulation. That's the way they're kind of described. They're like weird creatures, and
Do people describe them that they look like actual elves?
no, they're just called machine elves. I could probably find a picture. Actually, this is what comes up.
That doesn't look like
Well, it's
elf.
weird because you're in like a drug state,
Mm.
so it's like, I guess the way you see things is different in general.
That's true.
Yeah. But it's weird because people report seeing the same things. I don't know. It could all be fake. It could be just be like a couple people like, hey, let's troll everybody. Say we see weird creatures.
I would do that.
Mm. And that kind of goes back to my disbelief of like science and stuff, which is like
People trolling.
they could be people trolling. Like I haven't seen it. Like I haven't seen personally. I haven't seen the Hatman. I had sleep paralysis, but I've never seen the Hatman.
Mm.
I never saw the Dream guy, so I don't know if people have actually dreamt it. I don't know if people are actually seeing the Hatman, or if everyone's just trolling and spreading like the creepy pasta. And like we'll never know unless I like experience it. But then you don't know if I experienced it for real, if I'm just relying.
Yeah, it's all about perspective.
It's all a big cycle of just potentially telling the truth or potentially lying.
Yeah, like there's like a big philosophical thing where it's like one thing you know about for sure is like yourself.
Mm,
And
that's
even
true.
then,
Even then, I don't know myself that well.
yeah.
Because I'm like, why the fuck am I like this, bro? Like, why did I do this? Why did I think this was a good idea? You know? Mm, it's a whole big thing. So back to the Hat Man, bro. I kind of have to bring it, have to corral it back. So people say like they don't know if he's evil or they don't know if he's good or neutral
Mm.
because he just like he doesn't interact with people. People have claimed he's like touched them or that he's talked to him and told him weird stuff, but the general consensus, like the what most people say, which is what it means. I don't know why I always do this. Um, is that he just watches, he observes you, and he makes you feel scared, but he doesn't really do anything.
Mm.
He's just there. So there's this. Actually, I saw a funny thing on Reddit, bro. They're trying to connect the Hat Man to like actual people who are evil or scary in their own way. And someone that they said was like the Hat Man or could be influenced by the Hat Man was Oppenheimer because he wore the hat and he wore coats. And
Oh,
they're trying to say that people like, oh, he's evil, guys. He created the bomb. That's a spoiler if you haven't seen Oppenheimer. Which is funny, bro, because I feel like part of the reason why I didn't like Oppenheimer was because I didn't know who the fuck Oppenheimer was.
I don't know either.
Like beforehand, like obviously now I know who Oppenheimer is because I watched the movie. There's a lawnmower going off.
So, these people were
Oh, sorry. He's a gardener. He knows he's actually a gardener. I don't know why you said that. You are a gardener actually.
sometimes.
Okay. Um, but I didn't know who it was beforehand. And
I didn't know either.
maybe I'm just dumb because I don't remember ever learning about Oppenheimer in
I
school.
don't think we did.
Like it's a name that I remember. I
Yeah,
have a pretty good memory for like things like that. Like, oh, I remember hearing about this.
I remember hearing about silly names. People.
Yeah, I remember the name Oppenheimer, bro. And so when I watched the movie, I was like, I don't really know who this guy is, and I didn't like it. I already forgot what the fuck I was saying, bro. Yeah, so Oppenheimer. They're trying to say he's the Hat Man or like linked to him,
Mm,
because I guess in theory he's bad.
bad boy.
Yeah,
What? Mm.
I don't know why that would make him watch us sleep.
He doesn't seem like the type of guy to do that.
Yeah, I saw the movie. Well, I guess the movie made him like painted him in a good light.
Yeah, relatively. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but the back to the original Hat Man, bro, is that the feeling of dread? They say that that's why he does it. That's like fuel, bro.
Oh
Because there's this really weird, it's kind of out there, this weird idea or weird concept. Have you ever heard of the term loosh?
no.
Hmm, I'm glad you haven't. So loosh, bro, it's this weird like concept that it's basically like energy from people.
Mm-hmm.
So and they aren't like they being like entities or like governments or whatever. These aren't my original thoughts. They harness it by like inciting like strong emotions in people. So things like fear or things like
Mm,
being like feeling uneasy or anger or like even massive happiness in theory would like be like the fuel for them.
makes sense.
So the kind of the theory is that everything that like it's some super out there, bro. I see it in these like conspiracy circles that I'm a part of. I'm a part of it, bro, but I'm not really a part of it. I just look, I just browse. I don't really,
Bro peruses
I don't share their ideas. I just do
mm,
it as an independent journalist.
as a free thinker.
Yeah, as a free thinker.
Sure.
Okay. So they're saying that that's like the agenda of like the Illuminati or whatever. That is to like with things like oh like COVID or like the moon or whatever, just to get people feeling like really strongly about certain things and like act emotionally to harvest
Yeah,
like energy from like the emotions and kind of like Monsters Inc.
I can see how people would think that.
Kind of like Monsters Inc. When
Yeah,
they scare the kids and they harvest their energy.
the scream
Uh
energy.
huh.
Yeah,
That would kind of be what they're doing, supposedly. That's not what I think, right?
yeah, pretty unlikely.
It's pretty unlikely. I don't know, but yeah, it's like fuel and it's like it's connected to like aliens and like different entities and stuff like that. I just thought it was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why they think that because there's a lot of things that happen that cause us to have grand emotions, but it's also just a life.
Yeah, it is just life, but what people are saying is like
That,
they're faking
yeah,
things to get those emotions.
hmm, perhaps.
Yeah, because it could be things like the Hat Man, where he's like his presence just makes you kind of scared, so he
Hmm.
harvests that like directly.
I feel like there's easier ways though.
Yeah, well, they're saying the easier way is just lie to people
Hmm.
on like through like media and stuff like that, and like fake these events, and then get people like, oh,
I don't know.
yeah, and then they're like energy, bro, like sucking that energy out of everybody's. I don't think that sound effect was necessary, bro.
I don't know how to do that.
It kind of reminds me of a of a succubus, bro. I guess they like literally suck the energy out of you, bro.
That's true.
So if you don't know, a succubus, bro, would be like a female demon, bro, that would
Prey upon men
that would prey upon men during their sleep or I guess just
in general.
in
Yeah,
general, yeah. And they would like seduce them and engage
no activities.
in kissing. They would engage in you know activities in order to harvest the energy like directly from you.
Yeah,
I think we all know what I'm trying to say, right?
it's like energy was a hamburger, and that was it. hamburger demon. You know, that's what we're saying.
I don't think that was necessary, bro. I think everyone got the picture.
Just making sure for the people in the back and for the slow ones out there, you know who you are.
Oh yeah, so you know who you are.
Yeah. For the self questions, part two.
Part two, part one for you guys.
Yeah, I talked about this last time. A little more about. Actually, let me do a quick little summary. We talked about different aspects of life and different philosophical questions surrounding them, making you think from life in general, like living, what does it mean to live, the purpose of life, happiness, love, and death. And there was a lot of questions surrounding that. The main one that stood out to me were the death ones, and like how death in general influences how you act in life. And we talked about that, and it got cut out by life.
By the 13 curse,
Yeah, by the 13 demon, bro.
13 succubus.
Sure, sure, man. We just
Would you
not,
rather have it be a guy demon or a girl demon, bro? Because they say succubuses are bad, bro. That's how they get guys.
but don't they like kill you after? It's not like
No,
I'm pretty sure it causes your death
no, not
after.
always.
Not always.
No,
You're an expert or what?
I'm well read.
Well read. Alright. Well, these aren't really specifically about um life in general. It's more about specific terms such as human rights, the government. Those are the main ones. I set it up like there's gonna be more, but there's only those two. All right. First topic is about universal human rights. You
Enough
know,
about universal human rights. What about universal human wrongs?
okay, buddy.
Human lefts?
But if you don't know what that means, you could be from someone that doesn't have rights. You could be from someone that doesn't have a lot of rights, like enter third world country. I never.
I don't think. Well, actually, we might have viewers in third world countries.
You never know. It could be
Well, what counts as a third world country?
Venezuela.
Yeah, that's a third world country.
Yeah, because of the inflation epidemic.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is. I don't think it's an epidemic, bro. But
This is definitely a problem.
yeah,
But basically, they apply to everyone regardless of race, religion, gender, or creed.
I think that's like what you believe in.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know why I wrote it down when I didn't know what it meant. I usually research after that, but there's some things later that I researched after because
Bro,
I
if you
didn't know what
didn't
it
write
means.
down things you knew what they meant, you wouldn't write down nothing, bro. Your
Bro,
paper would be blank, bro.
bro,
Bro
uh,
would have put my name is Abel and that's it, bro.
just the name in the corner and that's it.
Yeah, not
But
even today's date because he doesn't know it.
I didn't write the date. But they include freedom of speech, equality before law. Because like some people say that rich people have like more benefits in the
Oh
law.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah, like they kind of like get away with more things.
Yeah, right to justice. Like I think the opposite to that would be like in the 1900s when people of another race weren't weren't as favored
Mm.
in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of.
I thought you could have just said it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to dance around this topic because I'm not African American, as hard as it is to believe. But I don't want to
Pretty
speak.
easy to believe, bro.
You never know, okay? But I don't want to speak to their issues because I'm not them, so I don't want to.
I'm African American, so I can speak to their issues.
Oh, how do you feel about that thing that happened?
I think it's bad.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good view.
Yeah, I'm like 10% West African. So that's
Man,
like Nigeria and Niger and the Ivory Coast
and other African
and
countries in the
among
West.
among other African countries in the West.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm pretty qualified to say the N word.
I don't know if you would go that far, but
Not wait for the car. Since it's driving around with little Jeep.
we're driving on another street, bro. It's literally a one-lane street. All right, let's
But actually,
well,
eventually, bro, I want to do like the DNA test, and like record and post it, bro.
that would be a good
Like
idea.
as a podcast, bro. I think that'd be tight.
I think I would have like a little bit of Asian in me. I could see it.
I've been told, bro, that I look Asian.
Mm. Also, It's kind of weird though, because like Puerto Rico's on the other side of the world,
Yeah,
so it's like opposite. Kind of crazy to think about. But
does that
moving
have to do
on.
with anything?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
but 20 likes and we'll do it.
we might do it anyways, but just give us 20 likes, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it either way. We could get 0 likes and I'm gonna do it.
We could get 5 dislikes and we'll still do it.
They don't show dislikes, but
We will still do it.
just give us likes, guys.
Yeah.
Please.
But some claim that like those rights should be universal and that we shouldn't even like take them away. We shouldn't touch them or nothing.
Mm,
Other people were like, eh,
we should take them away.
should be like, like what if this happens? You know, it's conditional.
Like, what is that? Like, what would happen that you would take someone's rights away?
Break the law
Mm.
because some one of the rights is freedom, and
Oh,
you put
but
people in
yeah,
jail.
yeah. If you're in jail, you're not free.
Yeah. But now I'm gonna bring up a few questions to kind of make you ponder about said topic. What makes something a human right?
What makes something a human right?
Yeah, like what makes it like the basis for living in general? Like what should be a given when you're human?
Are you asking me like what should be a human right?
What makes something a human right? Why? What constitutes it to be human right?
All like why should we claim this as a human right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I think it's like um that's a good question actually.
Yeah.
It made me think of like in like biology and stuff when we would talk about fitness,
Mm.
and it wasn't fitness in the sense of like being strong. It was fitness like because the whole purpose of like life from a biological standpoint is to like reproduce.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I would say a human right would just be anything that can like just keep you alive so you can do that. So things like food and
Mm.
like water. But even then it's like should people really have access to food
Should they not have access to food
for free?
for free? I guess that's a good point because at the end of the day, you always need an incentive to strive to do something.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty, a lot of these questions are gonna have a set answer. That's why they're philosophical
I
questions.
think my human right should be like $1 million.
For real, mine should be like one Big Mac. I would want that right now.
A Big Mac?
Yeah, I've never ate a Big Mac before.
Just ate a burger, bro. You want a Big Mac right now?
Not right now. Maybe like 20 minutes.
All right.
We'll see. Our
What are
human
we gonna
rights,
see?
depending if you subscribe to our other service.
What the fuck?
Moving on, our human rights
You're
and
gonna be like the guy that committed unspeakable acts to the McChicken, bro.
we're
That
gonna,
he ate it.
we're gonna talk about that here. Are human rights and entitlement the same thing?
Our human rights and entitlement.
The same thing. Entitlement being, well, a lot, when I think about entitlement, I think of like Karens,
Mm.
and they're like, I'm entitled to this service because I am a human, or like because I'm a customer.
Oh. No, I don't think it's the same thing because I feel like there's human rights, like stuff like we should, in theory, all have like clean water
Hmm.
to drink, and that would be like tap water, bro. But I feel like entitlement would be like, oh, like if it was a right, people would be like, oh, I should get Fiji water for free because it's a human right. Like
Hmm.
they're like
People are always
they
gonna want
would
more.
kind of go like above, like a step
Hmm.
above.
No matter what, people are always gonna want more.
Yeah,
No matter
yeah.
what you give them.
So like how people were like, um, oh, we should get like universal income or whatever.
Yeah, like socialism shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say that's kind of like entitlement.
That's a good point. Yeah, and the difference would be human rights is more about objectively, not just about you.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be like, oh, it's kind of fair for like for everyone, but
Mm.
it's just like enough to like succeed, bro. It's not
Yeah.
like
It gives
you
you a
know.
platform to succeed.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Is liberty a human right?
What is it for everyone at home? What does liberty mean? I know what it means, but I don't know if you guys know what it means.
So there's this thing in New York called the Statue of Liberty,
Statue of Liberty.
and it goes like this. No, it's holding a torch and a book.
Hmm.
A book is like an important book. I don't know what the book is called, but in general, the whole
But it's
idea,
important.
yeah, the whole idea is to signify liberty, right? And liberty, the state of being free in society, like using your own will, basically. Free will, free will.
Is free will a human right?
Yeah, it's basically it. Like, are you able to do, is the ability to do anything you want to do in society a human right? Obviously, outside of like breaking the law and stuff,
Oh,
but like having your own autonomy.
mm, well, I feel like as long as you're not like harming others, bro. Because there's things that I could do to harm people, but
Mm.
it's not illegal.
Like what?
Like, like not physically harm them, but like if I cut
Mm.
someone off, like driving, bro.
Uh,
Like I'm kind of like doing them harm in a way, like
mm.
their feelings or something. Or like a better example is like cyberbullying, bro.
Oh, that's
I
true.
probably should have said that instead of cutting someone off.
Yeah,
I've been
I
driving
was
all
thinking
day.
about that.
I've been driving all day, so it's kind of in my head right now.
Yeah,
But like cyberbullying, bro.
calling someone a B word or something.
Yeah, calling someone like a racial slur. Like it's not illegal. Like technically, it's not illegal.
I thought it was a hate crime.
No, I don't think so. I think it's like I think if I call someone like if I call you a beaner,
Mm.
that's not a crime. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a crime. Like it hurts your feelings, but it's not a crime. Like I'd have to like do something. I'd have to like punch you and then call you a beaner, and then it'd be like a hate crime. I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hold up.
Are you looking that up?
Yeah, doesn't give me an exact definition.
No, because I think I could be wrong because I'm not a lawyer or I'm a pretty smart guy, but I'm not well read on the law. But I think a hate crime is just like it'd cover more like the reason.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
hate crime is just like the crime with hate added to it.
Yeah, yeah. So it wouldn't be like I think you're thinking of hate speech, bro.
Yeah,
And that's not a crime.
damn.
That's not a crime. Like, should it be? I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on that.
Better watch out, guys. I have no information, man.
Okay.
I'm not gonna call anybody racial slur, don't worry.
I hope not. I'm gonna have to fucking make a video like denouncing you, bro.
I'll
Oh,
get a severe and continuous lack of judgment.
yeah. But but I don't but yeah, like so like cyberbullying and stuff like
Yeah,
it's in our liberty to do it.
yeah,
Should we do it? I don't think so.
yeah, that's a good point. It's more about having the liberty to decide yourself on what to do. You think
Mm,
that's a good, you think that's a human right?
I think so. Well, obviously like don't commit crimes.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think in general, though, giving you the choice to commit a crime or not, that's what they're asking you to do. If that's should be a thing. That should be a
Well, how would they
human right.
undo it?
Huh?
Like we already have the choice to commit a crime or not.
That's why. I'm just saying, like,
Do I think it's good or bad that we can
yeah,
do that?
yeah.
Well, I guess it's good because everyone's different. It goes back to God. We talked about this last week, but you didn't see it. What's like we all have like free will according to like the Bible. We all have free will because of God
Hmm.
and like Adam and Eve or something.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't really
I can
understand the
see it.
point of this question.
It's just more about like because in some places people are more surveilled. I don't know if that's a real word, but they're
It is.
yeah, and therefore they cannot really do much in general. Like they can't even get out of the house to commit a crime.
In
Like,
theory, they could.
well, yeah,
Like you always could do it.
they always could do it. It's just harder to. They're giving you less choices. Like in North Korea, you don't have a lot of options to commit crime. But moving on from that, because that wasn't like a lot of people are gonna agree that you should have free will. Moving on from that, does democracy guarantee does democracy guarantee individual liberty? As in, we live in a democracy, in a democratical government,
Or so you claim.
in theory, allegedly, and
Yeah, I don't know.
the
Count all those votes.
the idea behind it is that people vote, individuals vote, and your vote matters. That's the whole thing. Your vote matters.
Does it really? I don't think so.
It's just
I voted for Kanye West, and he is not the president.
that's a pretty strong argument.
Yeah,
But basically, does democracy guarantee that you're free,
bro. I
freedom?
think we need the light.
If you kill somebody, let's say you're walking in the street.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you two scenarios.
Well, actually, bro, you're right.
Let's say you're walking down the street and some guy goes in front of you and he's like, but this is a gun, by the way.
Oh, I thought it would be his fingers.
No, no, he's like a, let's say a 45 caliber revolver.
Okay.
I don't think those exist, but he has one.
Okay, fucking Red Dead Redemption. brother fucking revolver.
Give me your money, bitch. No. Okay, then I'm gonna shoot you. No, you're not. And you kill him.
Okay.
Does that person still have a right to life?
The guy who shot him?
Yeah. Does he have a right to liberty still?
Um, I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a harder question now.
Okay.
Let's say I'm walking down the street, right?
Yeah.
And I see a crime in action.
Mhm.
Three,
What is the crime?
explain to you.
Okay, sorry, sorry.
Three big buff dudes, all of different races, beating on a small, young, defenseless child. I don't know for what purpose. I'm just walking by the street.
Okay.
I pull on my gun, and as I'm about to shoot one of the guys, a homeless lady walks by and you accidentally shoot her in the head. Should you be in jail for that?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think so.
Why? You didn't do it on purpose.
You still killed him, bro. Well, I don't think on
What's
purpose like constitutes like, oh, you're free.
mm,
What's like fool like
another question though?
if I drive and I hit someone right and do it on purpose.
That's actually a good point because I was gonna say like, does your intention matter when you're committing a crime?
No, I think the intention matters if you don't commit a crime.
Mm,
So something like if I intend to kill you,
mm.
but it fails, like I think I should still be like punished because
Yeah,
I tried to kill you.
that's a good
But
point.
I think if I kill you without wanting to, I think I should still be punished because I did kill you.
As severely or not as severely?
Probably the same severe.
Same severely because
Yeah, because I
I know
still
there's
killed
another
you.
charge called
Well, yeah, 'cause
manslaughter.
there's manslaughter and like
Yeah.
involuntary manslaughter, and there's like third degree and second degree and whatever murder. But I still think like you still killed somebody, bro.
Mm,
Like, yeah, it goes back to like if I'm driving, bro, and it's say like I drive home now and it's dark out,
yeah.
and pulling out here, I hit someone just walking. Like I didn't mean to do it,
Yeah, you
so
still have
that
the physical
I
contact.
can't tell the judge like, oh, judge, I'm like I killed him, but I didn't mean to do it. And they're like, oh, you didn't mean to? Oh, okay, you're free to go. This doesn't work like that, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
That is pretty good. I did not think about that.
yeah,
Well
bro.
intentioned. That was good. Hello, cheese. Oh, you're leaving. Cheese. He's on the other side. Now the next thing.
Turn around, bro.
Damn. Is he showing up?
Here, cheese. Good looking.
And then,
All right.
now the next thing is not really talked about. Well, you can't really not many people can converse about it as easily because many people have strong views about certain things like politics.
I converse about anything easily,
I'm saying most
even
people
things that
though.
I don't know what they mean.
Damn. I'm saying about most people in terms of politics, they feel too strongly about them to look at them unbiasedly.
Okay, understand.
And the general consensus with a lot of these questions is no matter what side you align with,
Yeah,
to at least understand the opposing side. You get me?
yeah.
That's like this should be the general thing for all arguments, but it's not how it is, unfortunately. But
Maybe fortunately,
okay.
there wouldn't be arguments if we all understood.
I mean, yeah, I guess you have a point there.
Yeah, I do have a point.
What responsibilities does the government have to you, a voter? Like what should they be held accountable for? What are their job?
What are their job? I think. Well, it's like I think regular stuff like public transport stuff.
Actually, can we get
Like,
we'll take a little break. What do they owe us?
um, so I think it's like obviously like security, bro, like army type stuff.
That's a good answer.
Like public infrastructure, like roads and things like that, like
Like
for
shit that our taxes
transport.
pay for.
Yeah. Just services that are tax paid for, like police and firefighters and hospitals
That's
and
a good answer. It's pretty good. All right.
keeping us safe.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. Keeping us safe from external sources because they can't really do much. Though they could do their best to keep us safe from each other, but they can't be all
Yeah.
protection. But yeah. I think that kind of skips my next one because like what constitutes good governments, which
Which
is
it does that. It does
yeah,
those things.
it does those things
Yeah.
effectively. No, but
Doesn't fake going to the moon.
okay, bro.
But I mean, did you hear that supposedly India went to the moon
I did not hear.
like last week?
I did not hear about that. I mean,
Yeah.
they have hella people, so I'm sure they have a decent amount of money.
Yeah, I heard that they supposedly, right? I don't know if it's true. It's
Perhaps.
it's yeah, that they went to the moon and it costed less to go to the moon than it costed to make the movie Interstellar, which is like about astronauts.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movies. Maybe it's super cool and super expensive. It makes sense. But I don't think India went to the moon. It's not an India thing though. Like I'm not racist to India. I just don't think anyone's went to the moon. I don't think the moon
Mm,
exists actually.
that,
Moving on.
that's a conversation for another day. If you take from the rich and give to the poor, is it wrong?
If you tax the rich and give to the poor,
Well, technically, yeah, but the question is if you take from them and give to the poor.
give it to them like here's $500.
Yeah, here's money to, I don't know, help. I don't know. In general, just give them money.
Mm,
Since the rich have too much, and just give to
yeah, I think so. I think it's wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because like they worked hard for their money, bro. Well, it's like even like you and me. Well, not you because you don't have a job, but I have a job where I get paid checks,
Yeah,
right? And they take out money.
for
I assume
taxes.
you've had a job,
Yeah.
yeah, where they take out money. It's like oh for taxes, and they take out money for this, and it's like bro, like for real, bro, are you serious, dude? And it pisses me off when it's like 100 or a couple $100 when you're like hella rich, bro, and they want to like tax them even more. Like I'd be mad if I was a rich
Yeah,
person.
that's true.
Yeah,
It kind of also like ruins the incentive to work hard if everyone just gets free money.
yeah,
Like, fuck, there's already a lot of people that are living on welfare when they shouldn't be. Like,
yeah. I know like a lot of stuff about that. Like I remember, well, cause my parents, they rent out apartments and
mm,
they don't own the apartments, but a lot of people think they own the apartments. They're like, oh, you guys are rich. I'm not fucking rich, bro. They just work for the company, okay? Um, but yeah, a lot of people like there was this lady, bro, and she had like food stamps,
mm,
and it was like or like EBT or something of that nature,
something
bro.
similar. Yeah.
And she tried to sell it to my dad because she just wanted like cash.
Mm,
Um, because obviously you can only use it like to go to like the store and buy like
yeah,
food,
groceries.
and even then it's only healthy food. Like you can't just buy like bags of chips
Damn, I didn't know
and
that.
sodas. You'd have to buy like healthy stuff. I know they have like EBT stores
Mm,
where they only sell like healthy things and they only take EBT. Well, they would take cash as well, but it's mainly set up for that. Um, and she tried to sell them like to my dad. It was like $50. Like, oh, if you give me 20, like I'll just give you the $50 stamps or whatever. So yeah, a lot of people have it. They don't really need it. And then another thing too is like during the pandemic, bro, when they were
mm,
just giving out money and like people didn't want to work because
yeah,
you would get more money by not doing it.
yeah, the stimulus checks.
Yeah, I don't even get them, bro.
I just didn't either.
I was eligible.
I think it was like 1 year before I was eligible. Let,
Well, it's because like you needed to like work or something.
I think you need to be like registered somehow. And I think
Yeah.
work was one of the ways.
Oh, it's because I didn't pay taxes. 'Cause my dad
Oh,
claimed me as a thing because I wasn't working. And now that I do pay my taxes, they stopped doing it. It's like, bro,
fuck you, man.
yeah,
Our,
this would have never happened in Kanye's America.
our law's always good.
Our law's always good. I don't think so.
No.
No.
Should you follow a law even if it's bad though?
Yeah, because if you don't, you're gonna be punished.
Yeah, that is true. But like in the philosophical sense, would you still follow it? Well, I mean in general, I feel like it's easier to follow it regardless, even if it's detrimental to others.
Yeah, yeah, because it's just like okay, like I can't really think of any unfair laws right now, but I'm sure they exist, or just laws that aren't like, does this really make sense? Like
Yeah,
um, but yeah, it's like if you break it, like you're gonna get like arrested or something. But if you do it, even though you think it's wrong, like you don't get arrested. So it's like okay,
yeah, that's true.
it's like a moral thing, or do I get arrested?
This one was. I have something to add to the next one. It's, could be silly though. Is taxation justified?
Is taxation justified?
Dude.
I think yeah, 'cause that's where they get like money for like public infrastructure and public services.
Well,
I
I was
think
thinking of. Oh, go ahead.
I think like to some extent like it's like a lot,
There's like too much.
like
You
too
think?
much, yeah.
Hmm.
But like it has to happen, bro. Cause I saw this thing where like when the U.S. like just started and they didn't have like the Constitution, bro. They had like some other document, and they were just trying to get like so far away from like Britain, like by like their rule, bro,
Mm,
that they couldn't impose like taxes, bro. Like
yeah.
the central government of like the 13 states at the time, um, like it didn't really do anything. And it was basically just like the states governing themselves, and they had like their own money and they had their own laws and they would set up their own like trade and stuff like that. Um, so when the U.S. government like they had like a army themselves, but the states had like militias too. But they're like, oh, like we need money to pay the soldiers,
It's a good point.
and they couldn't tax them. They would just ask them for money, like, hey, can you please, can I please have some money?
Most people know it's not.
And the states would be like, okay, yeah, sure, here. But sometimes they'd be like, no, they just didn't want to because there's no real like need.
Yeah,
Not
no
like a
incentive
there's not like a
payback.
yeah payback. He's like, okay, maybe next time you could give me money.
Yeah, that's what I was leading to my next one. Like, what's a good alternative to that? And what I was thinking was, it kind of brought to my mind when I was reading the question was mobile games. Sounds kind of silly, but like ads. A lot of games force you to watch ads, right?
Mhm.
There's some games that they don't force you to watch them. They give you an incentive to watch them, but they don't force you.
Oh, like if you watch this, you get an extra life.
Like yeah, like a little boost or something.
Yeah, you get 500 doubloons.
That could be a thing too. But I feel like it's a really like weird area because if it's like too beneficial, it would just benefit the rich even more. Because the
How
rich,
would you implement ads?
no, not ads like taxes, but like, oh, well, if you paid these amount, if you pay like taxes, we'll like, I don't know, give you these benefits or
Like
something.
what?
I don't know, man. 5% discount in yachts.
Okay, bro.
No, just like, fuck, I couldn't think of anything else. Because I was like, nah, maybe he could think of something they could like give us. Because I was at first I was like, oh, like maybe like something like monetary value, but I was like, then the rich could just expose it, like not expose it, abuse it, and just keep getting it for themselves because they have the money to spare. But I don't know. I just think something that give people an incentive to pay.
If you give this much money in taxes, you get a little trophy. I don't know what you're trying to say, bro.
Oh, just like a freak man, one get out of jail free card. Nah, I don't know where I was going with that. Should the will of the people always be followed?
Should the will of the people?
Like, vote us as voters, should we have the power?
Hell nah, bro.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. There's a lot of weird people out there.
I'm looking at a weird person.
I think when I become president, I'm gonna do pretty good.
I don't think you're eligible to become president, bro.
How?
You're a,
I'm a
you really want
what?
me to answer that?
I a
You really
U.S.
want me to tell him what happened January 14th, bro?
Next question.
Yeah, I didn't think so, buddy.
How do I know whether my views are correct?
Well, I don't think you can. You're just kind of assuming. It's kind of the thing where it's like, oh, this is my truth,
Hmm.
because like obviously there are things like that's opinion that could never really be true. Like these questions, bro. Like it's just my
Yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
and to me it's true, but to someone else at home it's not true, and I'm saying silly stuff. But there's something that's like, okay, this is true, like a yes or no, like a
Like
yes,
2 + 2 = 4.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know where I'm going with this.
I think it's just about the fact of perspective.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, there's some things like to me it'll be true, but to someone else it won't be true.
Yeah, it's all about how you grew up and what you perceive as reality and falsehoods. Let us know what you think.
I don't know what to think.
Is there such thing as too much freedom?
Too much freedom?
Yeah.
Well, I think if we had freedom to like do crime, yeah.
I feel like not in terms of laws, but in terms of too much. Well, actually, I think there isn't really much argument there. Well, I can't really see the other side too. I can't see a yes.
Yes, I want to commit crime.
No, like a yes. I have too much freedom. Like
Um,
yes, we should limit the freedom of people. I can't see that side. Maybe if the the only thing I think about is like Mexican families with their daughters. Oh, they kind of like put hella restrictions on them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, no, you can't go outside, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, I think of that, but it's like, well, it may be with good intentions. Like, I don't know, you never know. What are you looking at?
Myself. Are you gonna go or something, bro? What are you doing?
Oh, I was just looking at you. Fuck, I forgot where I was at. I got so lost.
Something about too much freedom.
Oh yeah, too much freedom. Like, if you give someone too much freedom in that scenario, like if you give that young lady too much freedom, the worry from the parents is she's gonna get into trouble. She's gonna
Well,
do
something could
drugs.
happen.
Yeah, she could get pregnant even and like that type of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So I think,
Oh, I guess yeah. I guess if you look at things like on a smaller scale, then yeah, there will be too much freedom.
yeah, like John could kill Hezekiah or something. I don't know why I said Hezekiah. You know, you remember
I
Hezekiah?
remember Hezekiah, bro.
Ah, good old days, bro.
Just a guy named Hezekiah, bro. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a thing, bro.
I know, it's just, I don't know. I like that name. I'm not gonna name my kid that, but I hope I meet another guy named that. You know, it's a pretty common name for Jehovah's Witnesses.
Hezekiah?
Yeah.
I've never.
No, Amish people.
Oh,
There
other
you
people?
go. Amish people. Hezekiah.
I don't know. I've never met an Amish person.
Yeah, I don't know, cause like the general
If you're
thing.
Amish, let us know.
Okay, buddy. But the general thing is like Amish people named Hezekiah, and the first Hezekiah we met was a black fellow. So that was kind of interesting to me when I heard about the Amish fact. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Maybe he's Amish.
I highly doubt that because he was using glasses, but
What? Are Amish people not allowed to use glasses, bro?
I don't know. I just know they're not allowed to use a lot of things.
I think that's like technology, bro.
That was like,
I don't think that extends to
I
glasses.
think it's like a lot of like newer inventions too. Like they can use like electricity shit.
Yeah, that's technology, bro.
Yeah, but like glasses are made from electricity.
What?
Like they like shape the glasses with like little.
We don't have to. I'm sure someone can make them like by hand or something.
Yeah, but like how?
How they do it, like, bro, Benjamin Franklin had glasses.
Yeah, but he
And
did it like.
electricity didn't exist back then.
That's a good point. Maybe it's like bunk glasses or
Bunk glasses? What the fuck are bunk glasses?
like shit that whack shit, bro. Like shit that's like whack. I don't know, like shit like no, like the glasses didn't cut that well. It's not really like super good to your eye.
Bro, like they had like telescopes and shit back then, bro. Like to look at like
That's a good point.
things,
Yeah, that's a good point. To like not the space.
what they would think is space.
All right, good save there, bro.
Or like pirates, bro, when they had the things
Oh
to look at like,
yeah.
or there be land there, matey.
Or look at that booty. That's what yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would do if I was a pirate. I'd do that now and I'm not a pirate.
Okay, man.
I find treasure sometimes.
Mm, treasure.
Mm-hmm.
These are pretty generic philosophical questions. I brought up to be like, have you ever heard these questions? One, and two, what is your view on these questions?
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones is, what is reality?
What is reality?
Yeah. I feel like the general answer would be like, what we're living in right now, what we
Yeah.
experience.
Well, actually, bro, what the fuck? I feel like the thing glitched out or something.
Yeah, it's a Hatman, bro.
Oh, nah. I guess if someone, not me, bro, but if someone, why are you doing that with a pen, bro? If someone thought that we were in like the Matrix, bro, or something like that, like a simulation, then this wouldn't be reality. It'd be like the Matrix, and we'd have to like unplug.
Yeah, because if I put in parentheses was like, what about games and virtual reality?
Oh yeah,
Like, is that still count as a part of our reality because we're experiencing it, or is it like its own separate little reality that we're just taking part in?
it's just a video game, bro. I don't think it's that deep, bro.
Because like You know Uncharted, right?
The game.
Yeah, you know Chloe.
I don't. I never played the game.
You never played the game? You should play it. It's a pretty good game.
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it? I thought you said you never played it.
I played number four
Why'd you start with number four? Number two and
because
three was
it was a gift.
uh
My dad bought me one time for Christmas, and I had never played Uncharted before that or after that. Okay,
Chloe. Shit, hold on.
why is this relevant?
What was I talking about again?
I don't know, bro. You just randomly asked me if I played Uncharted, and you said you know Chloe. What does that have to do with fucking simulations and shit?
She could be real. She could exist for real.
Like,
I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't
I
know,
got lost in the
but
sauce.
people, yeah, people say that this isn't like the real reality,
Hmm.
and something that I've heard actually from Brianna as well. Shout out Brianna. I I feel like I do this every fucking episode now. I just fucking shout her out. But she says really cool things and really interesting shit. I'm gonna need her to make a video with us, bro. A podcast video.
Perhaps.
Um,
What?
um, nothing. She told me this thing where it's like, oh, what did she ask me? She asked me what year I was born in, and she's
Hmm.
like, oh, this is your fourth life, like
Hmm.
resurrection type shit.
Yeah.
So this is like your fourth life, and I remember she told me like, oh, like I'm on life number 7 or some shit like that. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And she just out of nowhere, she's like, hey, what year were you born in? We're talking about some random shit. And she's like, what year were you born in? I was like, oh, 2002, which I was born in 2002.
Me
Actually, I'm
too.
not lying.
So I'm also on my fourth life.
Yeah, I guess you're. No, it might be like a date thing,
Mm.
like a month.
Month? You think it's like
It might be like a.
you think it's a specific day?
It could be. It could be like oh, like your
Because you
star
told her
sign
the
or something.
specific day.
Well, she knows my birthday.
Mm.
But she asked me just, oh, like, I don't know, oh, what year were you born in? I was like, oh, 2002. And she's like, oh, this is your fourth life. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, like, this is your fourth life. Like,
Like
you've had,
duh.
like previous lives type shit. But tells me all these weird things and just expects me to know what they are, bro. And I was like, oh, like, what life are you on? And she's like, 7. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, are you bad at it? Like, why have you had 7 lives and I'm only had 4? And she says, like, we're supposed to, like, do something to like get out of it. So and we keep having more lives because we're not doing it right.
So like, is it someone new every life, or is it like you?
I don't know. I don't think she knows. I didn't press the question further. I just thought it was silly and made fun of her.
Good action. That was a
Which I did.
good choice.
Yeah, but I've kind of heard of it before where it's like we keep doing it and then there's like a point to it. Like
Mm.
life's like a game and there's like a point, like there's like a thing we're supposed to
It was like
accomplish.
a movie.
It doesn't like a movie. There's like a thing we're supposed to accomplish, and if we don't get it, like when we die, we just like, okay, you gotta try again as a different person, and you have to keep like living life until like you reach like whatever you're supposed to do, like a certain level of like consciousness. That's what people have said that you need like to achieve a certain level of consciousness or to like I don't know like happiness or something, and then you're like, okay, like this guy finished life now, just like moving to the next plane of existence or whatever. I don't think that. I think she thinks that, and again the goal is to get her on one of these videos, bro.
I will explain her many beliefs.
Yeah, many beliefs.
Could would be interesting.
Yeah, Brandon, we have to do this.
T Talking about consciousness, so it reminded me of. Have you heard of the practices that the old Buddhists did?
I don't know what the new Buddhists are doing, so no, I don't know what the old ones did.
It was like it started in like 1000 AC after Christ. I don't know if that's how you put it.
AD,
AD after
thrice.
the god. I don't know, but it started then. And what it will basically be is Buddhist monks, the bald dudes.
Why'd
What's
you
that?
say it like that?
What
Monks,
monks?
monks,
Buddhist monks.
monks, bro.
They're monks.
Monks.
Because one is monks.
No, it's spelled monks, bro. But you say monks.
Mo monkey. Oh yeah.
Monk, monkey.
That's a good point. But basically, there's like this practice they would do to try to reach the higher plane of understanding and consciousness,
Yeah.
where it's super complicated. Not really. They would just step one, eat only tree bark and a certain tea made out of a certain tree bark. Step two, stop eating everything and just meditate. just meditate the whole day. Just sit down, meditate. Step three, dig a hole, get inside the hole, get like a little um breathing tube, stick it like outside the hole so you can breathe through it, and a little bell inside the tube and bury the hole. Step three, you die, and the people unbury you when they know you're dead because you don't ring the bell anymore. That's what the bells are.
Mm.
And they check you, and if you're mummified, it worked.
Oh,
The reason is mummification. The tea and the tree bark are meant to like expel all like the stuff that causes you to decompose,
okay.
and that's basically the whole thing. They kind of like try to
Uh,
self mummify themselves, and the whole goal is to like once they reach mummification, the idea is that they reach the higher existence, and they're kind of like oh, like to the mummified corpses. They
okay.
can like worship them. So that's
30 likes and we'll mummify ourselves.
mummifying ourselves for 24
We'll
hours.
mummify Jose for 30 likes.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, no, I hadn't heard that. That's weird though.
Yeah, they like stuff because the obviously it's very dangerous because either way you're gonna die.
Yeah.
But also, I think only like less than 100 people succeeded since then, and like 20 of them were like in the last 20 years.
Oh, shit.
It's illegal now, but people still do it.
Damn.
For
Jose might be the next one to do it.
yeah, he might be a Buddhist monk next.
Monk. A
He's,
monk.
he's gonna be a monk.
He's gonna be a monk, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck a monk is.
Do you believe in the soul? That
The
we have a
soul.
soul,
The soul. I have two souls.
not feet souls, as in
Oh.
SOULN. That's what you.
What? SOULN.
What did I say? And soul.
Like a spirit?
Yeah. Do you believe you have that? Do you believe
Yeah.
people have that?
Yeah, I think people have it. Well, there's this thing. I remember my sister told me that when that like matter isn't like created or destroyed, bro.
Hmm.
But when people die, they they weigh like a little less than when they were alive. So say like you right now. Well, I don't know your weight. Say me. I weigh I don't know my weight either actually.
I weigh
But
130.
say all right, I roughly weigh like 135.
Hmm.
Say I died right now and they weighed me, I'd weigh like a little less.
Oh,
Like probably like 134 or maybe like 134 point something.
like right away, right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like right after.
That's kind of crazy.
And so my sister was telling me like, oh, like it's like a soul, like, cause where would that weight come from? You know? It's like all like I'm still there. Like I died like 2 seconds ago.
Hmm.
Like I don't know where it'd go.
We should experiment that with Jose.
When he 40 likes, and we'll weigh Jose's mummified corpse
It's good.
or not mummified if he didn't make it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
Let's get
we'll
over
see.
it.
We'll see. 40 likes though. But
We'll try our best.
yeah, she said that too, and then supposedly I haven't seen this. It's just what I've heard from my sister.
Hmm.
But there's like, when they have like the oh shit, that's uh that when they have like the I don't know what it is, like ultraviolet, no, infrared or something like that.
Hmm.
That like cameras that see like
Oh
heat
yeah, like the yeah yeah.
or something like
The
that.
little.
That when people die, you could see like a little heat leave, like a
Hmm.
little like a thing leave. And supposedly that's their spirit as well.
Damn, I've never seen that.
I haven't seen it as well. It's just something I've heard, and
I feel like it's easier to prove though. I feel like someone would have been proving that if that was true.
yeah, it's just something I've heard from my sister, and
Hmm.
I trust my sister. Um, yeah, and then also that one time that I died,
Oh, that's
I won't
true.
say my spirit or like my consciousness left my body because I saw my body there
Hmm.
from the back.
Were you thick?
I was kind of thick. Yeah,
That's maybe why the shadow person touched you.
yeah. Maybe he's like, oh no, this is too thick, bro. You gotta bring him back,
Yeah,
bro. I remember when I used to work at the mall.
yeah.
I had a coworker and she smacked my ass one time.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
Unconsensually.
unconsensually. I was sexually harassed.
I would not have smacked her back in that.
I did not smack her back in the ass.
That would have been bad.
I would have gotten fired if I did that.
Yeah, I would have probably like cried. I like sued her.
Yeah, that's it. It wasn't really relevant at all. It just
Oh,
reminded me when you asked me if I was thick or not.
what makes someone good or bad?
Um, I'm pretty good at math.
Good or bad in general,
Or like
as a
like
person.
like morally, like
Yeah,
like Red Dead Redemption, they have the honor.
Yeah, good or bad. Like,
Uh, well, I guess
is it your actions, your
I don't think it's your actions. I
intention,
think it'd be your
your
intentions
intention?
because I would say like the people who give money like on camera,
Mm,
I think that's bad. Like they're doing a good thing,
mm.
but they're not doing it to be good. They're doing it for clout, or they're doing it to look good to others. When
I feel like
yeah, like they don't mean it. Like they don't do it to help their neighbor or whatever.
I feel like that true, but it kind of goes back to what I said. Like, I don't know if it was a couple episodes ago, where nothing is really selfless.
That was last week, bro, and
That
no
was
one
last
knows what happened last week.
shit. Where basically nothing is really selfless because everything you do at the end of the day benefits you, no matter how selfless it is. Let's say, oh, I'm helping this guy even though it's my last dollar. At the end of the day, if your brain feels
Damn,
better
I
because
could
you did
never
it.
run out of dollars.
I'm just saying, like, it's a scenario, man, okay?
Yeah.
But let's say that happened, and even though you're like, oh, I'm really selfless, bro, I did that like completely out of being good. There's still a part of your brain that did that just to feel better about itself, you know?
Yeah, but I think like I'm not saying that wanting to feel like you did something good is
Mm.
bad. I mean like if I
Getting like physical
like me, bro,
recompense.
say like if we made content like oh giving money to poor people and the whole point of it was for videos and for clout and
Mm.
to get people to watch like oh like look how cool these guys are, they give money. I would say that's bad. Because if I did I could do it off camera
Mm.
and I would still feel good about myself. That I would think that's fine because you're gonna feel good about doing it either way. But I mean like if you do it like for like virtue signaling or clout. I think that's bad.
What did you say? It's probably a little bit more beneficial because you benefit from that clout wise from giving money to poor people, you're still giving them money,
No,
and
but
other people are seeing that and they're like, if I do that, I'm gonna get rich too. I'm gonna get clout too. So they're like, we should all give money to poor people. Everything that's not part of it.
no, but you're not doing it with that intention. I'm
Mm,
not in this situation that I just made up right now.
mm,
The intention wouldn't be, oh, I want to motivate other people to do it. The
mm.
motivation would be, I want to make videos and I want people to see how nice of a person I am. That's what I think.
Deception.
Yeah. To kind of paint myself like, oh, like look, I'm super nice and charitable and all that. When it's not, like it'd be fake in this made up scenario because I'm a nice guy.
Do you remember that song on, what was it on, what application? Let me just sing the song for you. Why do good girls like bad guys? I don't know the rest of the song.
I've never heard this before ever.
Hold up.
What the fuck? Why is this relevant?
The okay, but let me just explain the
The
trend.
video, I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna put it in because I think that's like copyrighted or something. I
Yeah,
can't put music in. But
the
if you know, you know.
the trend is basically uh this is one of those cringe trends, like where people like the cringy people do it. But basically they like wear what they induce as like either normal clothing or like nerdy clothing. Usually it's normal people and they wear nerdy clothing because they're weird. And why do good girls like bad guys? And it plays the rest of the song, and they cover the camera and they take it off. And like I know a lot of them are like guy with a leather jacket.
Oh,
And he's like a guy was holding handcuffs, like did this. Remember the buddy?
oh, the buddy,
He did
yeah,
that too. He was
yeah, the
like,
buddy who was like a child predator.
yeah, he did that thing too.
Yeah,
It's like it's a lot of cringe. It's a cringe. Okay,
40 likes and Abel will make one of those videos and post it on TikTok,
I, I would do that. Yeah,
on our TikTok.
yeah.
40 likes and Abel will post it to his TikTok.
I'll do a little dance. I'll look like
A nerd and then a bad
a
boy.
bad boy. So if anybody's into that, like the video. All
If you're
right.
not into it, you should like the video because Abel's gonna look kind of silly.
Yeah, that's true. Regardless,
Abel looks silly right now.
I am not silly. Also, I work for Sears. He's a firefighter.
It's hard to see, but
His name is Lieutenant Young.
Trey Young.
Oh, Trey Young. He's a lieutenant.
It's
Pretty
hard to
cool.
see though. It's really small.
Yeah. What does it say on the sleeve?
Paramedic.
Oh, damn. It's kind of hard.
Yeah,
Like, stable.
that
No,
was a good one, bro.
when I bec-
Just move on,
the
bro.
reason I did all
Just move
the
on.
reason I did all that, the bad boy stuff.
Mm.
Why do bad things happen to good people?
I don't know what this had to do with anything,
I,
bro.
when I saw this question, the song got stuck in my head because of the
Mm.
trend. So I kind of just,
Why do bad things happen? Like what? Like what's happened to good people that's bad?
let's say like sicknesses, just
Uh,
bad situations in general that
well, they
happen to
happen to
people.
bad people too.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like, why do the question is what does happen to good people as well, even though like they're undeserving of that. Is it just
It's
fate?
random, bro.
Is
Like
random?
I don't think you can.
You think there's fate? Do you think fate exists then?
I think fate exists.
Mm,
I think like in small things. I'm actually a big believer that like things happen for a reason.
mm,
So and it, it kind of reminds me of the meme, bro, where it's like, oh, like someone's like asking God, like, oh, why did you put me through this? And then God's like, I gave my toughest battles to my strongest soldiers. So that could be why they happen to good people, bro.
and after that,
But it's also like character development, bro. Like it can't always be like good things.
yeah, you gotta make your story interesting.
Mm,
Gotta give your story a little
yeah,
trouble.
some backstory, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like it reminds me of a lot when like there's like a drunk driver
Mm.
and they crash and they're fine and the person that got hit isn't fine.
It's pretty fucked.
Um, I don't know, maybe I don't know why would that would happen.
Yeah, it's just like kind of makes you think. There's a lot of people's reasons to not believe in a higher power.
Yeah, I know that happened a lot to my sister,
Mm.
cause like I said this last week again. I'm gonna reference last week a lot, and you guys didn't see it, but you were here last week.
Yes,
You're here every week. You
sometimes.
okay? Yeah, my sister, she was like just a teenager, bro, but she was
Mm.
like, oh, like how can I believe in in God when like there's really in it like there's innocent people who are like going through like really like shitty times, like people who don't have anything, like Africa, like when they don't have like food every day or stuff like that,
Water.
and water and clean water, and why do little kids die from disease? Like why would that happen? And it sounds really messed up. Like I don't know what a religious person would answer to that question.
Yeah,
And I think fate's a thing, but it does sound kind of messed up. Like oh, they're just destined to
yeah, it's
not
pretty
have
whack.
that. So I don't know actually. That's an interesting question.
What I would say is that that is an interesting question, and there really isn't any answer for that.
Okay,
Next,
man.
what makes you you?
Mm.
I think your experiences as you grow up are probably a big part of that, but that also doesn't answer what makes you you.
Well, I'll say it's just. Well, I feel like that's like an easy question to answer, bro.
And answer it.
Just like the way you are, bro. Like how I respond to things isn't how you would respond to things.
I mean, it depends. Like,
Like
okay,
we
what would
would
you do if
react differently.
what would you do if let's say, big handsome fella walked in
What the fuck?
to the studio? Bro, I'm trying to see if your reactions would be the same to mine. Okay,
Okay, bro.
he walks in, he goes around the studio, looks at you straight in the eyes. Let's say not 6 inches apart. That's too close. 2 feet apart. He talks to you and he says, "I'll give you $5,000 if you touch my finger." Would you touch his finger?
I'd probably ask some questions. I'd be
Hmm.
like, why?
Why? Yeah.
Yeah,
What if he says this next? No questions. Just touch my finger and I'll give you 5 grand. Would you touch his finger?
I guess.
You would touch his finger?
Yeah.
I think people are more alike than you think because I would touch his finger too. And maybe we as humans should learn to appreciate each other and be more open to each other's perspective and beliefs because we might be more similar than we might believe. And therefore, we feel certain things in a similar way. Like, why should you be so mean to someone why should you be so mean to someone on purpose and make them feel poorly on purpose? What do you gain from that? Entertainment, amusement, pleasure.
Shut the fuck up, bro. You're fucking dumb, bro. Shut the fuck up. What? Shut the fuck up, man. I gained humor from that. I thought it was funny. See, that was an act. I was mean to him, and I gained humor.
But what did I gain? Sadness. All right.
I don't even. What the fuck was the original question, bro?
What makes you you? Whoops. Alright. Oh, we're gonna shit a little bit before from now on. Oh, what is evil? I even wrote like a little silly way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Capitals. What is evil?
Yeah. What constitutes evility?
I don't think that's a word, bro. I guess just bad stuff,
Hmm.
but probably like just for the